You identify as being a chosen one. You had sensed this since the beginning. You had always had your own mind. Always think differently from others. You are not easily swayed. You knew you were different, and that difference you have learned to keep to yourself. As a chosen one, your life has not been easy. As a chosen one, your life is full of hard lessons and adversity. Throughout your life, it seems that hardships never leave, adversity never ceases. You identify yourself as the black sheep, only following your own compass, your true north, your own path, regardless if others will follow. As a chosen one, God uses you. As a chosen one, God knows you are one of the few and the strongest to survive what He asks of you. You are chosen because God knows your heart. You are chosen because God knows your mind. You are chosen because God knows your spirit. You are chosen because God knows your loyalty. You are chosen because God knows your tenacity. God knows your commitment. Not many people can do the job God asks of you. Recognize when God chooses you. Be prepared to be used by Him in many different circumstances. And some of these circumstances may not be to your liking. It may not be pleasing. When God uses you, recognize it's not always going to be pretty. When you ask God to use you, it's not necessarily going to be in how you hoped, such as being in the public eye, famous, and living lavishly. It can feel like a thorn in your side at times, because all you want to do is continue to do your mission work, what you're here to do, your purpose. But in reality, sometimes this is part of the process, part of how your life and your story will unfold. When God uses you, sometimes He uses you and brings you to hell and back out again on the other side. For you to share your testimony, your experience, what you have learned, your wisdom. God will put His chosen ones through hell, through high water, through their worst, through the ring of fire, only to lead you back out untouched in the end. He will put you in ugly, harsh situations and circumstances for the greater good of all. God will put you in toxic environments, dynamics, and people to teach them a lesson. God will use you, chosen ones, as sacrificial lambs, as an example in order to alchemize and purify toxic situations, dynamics, and people. Sometimes God will use you to deal with the most stubborn, narcissistic person to teach them a lesson and to give those who do harm unto others their own karma. Know that if you, as a chosen one, finds yourself in this situation, know that God did not abandon you. God has not let you down. Even though it may feel like He has, He did not. He is still there with you, even though you feel alone during this time. You may feel that way because you don't have all the information, all the answers, and how things will unfold. As a chosen one, this is what you signed up for. To be the loyal warrior for God, for light. Therefore, your mission and task will not always be easy. You will not have the easiest of paths. Sometimes you will have the roughest paths to take, to journey upon, forcing you to do it alone, to fight alone. God did not abandon you. You only feel that way because you are in the thick of it, the eye of the storm, and you are searching for a way out. Understand God uses you to help the greater good evolve, and He uses you to build the character of His chosen ones. and to also teach the enemy about their character and the consequences of karma and God's wrath. You operate as a hand of God. God already knows you. A chosen one is a believer of him. And he shall use you in situations to show those who harm you, who harm others, his power and his existence, causing others who work for the enemy to become a believer. What you reap, you shall sow. What is hidden shall be brought to light. What's done in the dark will be exposed. Because God foresees everything. Nothing will be hidden under the light of the sun. The sun will always rise for another day. God knows your resilience. God knows your tenacity. God knows anything he puts you through, you shall be victorious. He will bring you back to wholeness. God will lift you up. God will remove you and save you when necessary. He foresees who you shall become after the light at the end of the tunnel. God has not forsaken you. In the eye of the storm, you must give more trust and faith into God, because he will lead you. He will never lead you astray. And you will be better for it. You will see the reasoning. You will be stronger, smarter, wiser, and capable to withstand the next. The hardship, the breakdown, the pain will sharpen you. It will mold you into the character God needs you to be in your next chapter. It will allow you to reach your next level up, your rise. You cannot foresee what God has planned until it has arrived, until he allows you to see the bigger picture. In this moment, God only asks you to trust, to have faith, to hold on a little longer. As a chosen one, you feel that you are always used by God to teach someone a lesson. Sometimes you feel that it never stops, you never get a break. It is because you are strong and resilient. It is part of who you are. It is part of your genetic makeup. It is in your blood, your DNA, your history, and the history you are currently making, the foundations you are creating for you and others to come. It is why you are chosen. God will put you in toxic work environments to be the voice for the suppressed, to be the natural leader against the abuse and injustice, the natural leader for others to follow, to break the pattern of the blind leading the blind. God will put you in toxic friendship dynamics to expose the frauds, the fakes, the phony, and the ingenuine in order for his children to not be led astray. God will put you in communities to shed light on what's working and what's not working, to bring forth the true path, the true focus of the community, to expose the hidden privileges and groupthink in order to remove any cliquish behaviors that exist within. God will put you in toxic relationships in order to mirror the shadow work of those around you, in order to grow, evolve, and change. God will put you in toxic situations and dynamics in order to break the pattern, to address the dysfunction, and to be the whistleblower for justice. God uses you in many ways, and when he does, be prepared to be seen as the bad guy, as the problem, the disruptor, the one to blame. When really, you are only bringing up the issue that has already been there, the issue that people pretend doesn't exist. Be prepared to be accused. Be prepared for an attack on your character, but do not take it personal. You cannot serve two masters, only one. Stay true to you, who you are. Stand strong in your truth, your character. You are only the hand of God. You are just a messenger for anyone willing to listen. You are here to do God's work. You listen and answer his call. You are a chosen one. Thanks for listening and receiving this message. Please take what you need and let go of the rest. If you have enjoyed this content and it resonates, please support in any way you can. Like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and I wish for all to find what they're seeking.